Haha. Okay. Okay, so you guys are here because let me see what it's looking like. First time, 60. Okay, cool. So good. Good morning, Chelsea. Okay, so I'm gonna run through what you get in your challenge pack and kind of like what that looks like for your year membership, what it's gonna look like right after the program ends. Jerica's gonna run through what the program actually looks like. So the meal planning, the portions, things like that. She's really good at that. I'll be honest with you, this is the first nutrition program I followed through and through, and I've been a coach for almost 3 years. Like, I know, shame on me, but it works. Like, I get it now, okay? It's clicked, and I'm never going to not follow a nutrition program again because I feel so good. Like, I just rolled out of bed. I haven't had any caffeine, and look how insane I'm acting. Like, I feel so good. Like, I actually do. I had a lot of trouble in the past, like getting up and like being happy and that sort of thing. So this has just helped me even more. Like, I have worked so hard to get to this level, but taking good care of myself has like brought me to that top level. So anyways, you guys aren't here to hear my story, but in your challenge pack, you're going to get a whole year's access to the workout. So it's on-demand workouts. I tell people these are like Netflix style workouts. So if we start you on gut protocol and you love the nutrition, but you don't like the workout program, that's okay, because it is no impact. And the beauty of the gut challenge is that you can do the nutrition program with any workout program. And lucky for you guys, you now have access to hundreds of programs. So there's boxing, bar, running, there's cardio, HIIT, we have live workouts. There's so many stinking options. So you are in a good place because you have a lot of options. So like I said, you can start a program, you can stop it anytime you want, as long as you're going to start another one. Don't stop and just not do anything. So get with your coach on that. If that's ever an issue, please let your coach know, because we can help you find a new program, but we can't read your mind. So you have to let us know. Okay. We'd be happy to find something that suits you. So I'll let Jerica talk on the 4 weeks for everybody workouts a little bit more. So aside from all of those workouts that you'll get in your resources library, I guess I could share my screen, but if you'll just later on, if you'll just open up your app and in your kind of just play with it. That's the first thing. I send like a welcome guide. I think Jerica sends a welcome guide. That's one of the first things on there is download the app and kind of open it up and just play with it. Open up the program you're going to do. You'll find a calendar. You'll find meal plans under that program. Some programs even have like cool Spotify playlists from the trainer. So a lot of good resources under there. I recommend printing off the calendar, or I screenshot it and just kind of check mark the day. So every single day you wake up, you have something to do. You either have a rest day or you have a workout that you have to do. So that makes it kind of takes that load off your shoulders, like waking up and being like, what workout to do today? You know, a lot of people are like, I don't want to do Beachbody because I just do at home YouTube workouts. I'm like, that's great, but you're not on a program. And honestly, that's how I got hurt. Like a long time ago, just like going into the gym and just thinking that I knew everything and trying to do things myself. I'm paying for it right now. So it's really important that you have rest days, that once you do a leg day, you then do an arm day. If you're doing a pull day, you then do a push day. Those things are important. And that's what you're paying for. You're paying for trainers to train you. You have a personal trainer. You have a lot of personal trainers on an app now. Okay. So aside from that, you'll get the ever famous Shakeology. Okay. So I have a really good video on this. If you're in the group, I can drop it today. I won't go too much into detail, but so Shakeology is a superfood protein smoothie. I could say it's so many things because it's so, look at the ingredient list. And the thing about this that makes it different is that there's no preservatives. I went to this Super Friday event last night in Nashville, and Carl was talking about Shakeology, and he was talking about how his wife actually developed this. And I'm like, I didn't even know all this stuff about Shakeology. I know a lot about it, but I didn't know all the details. And she was like, okay, it's going to have a short shelf life. Like it's going to be a little bit more expensive because if I'm going to put my heart into it, I'm going to make it a good, healthy shake. It's not going to have all of these nice, good ingredients and then a little bit of gasoline at the end just so it lasts 3 years. You know, so it's so different because it has all of the good things and the good things are not just going to sit in your gut. So a pre and probiotic is also in here. There's fiber in here. Those are 3 ingredients that are super important for you when you're doing a gut challenge. At first, it's a little bit of a different texture, taste to get used to because we're used to something being full of sugar. When we go to Smoothie King, it's like 50 grams of sugar and there's no vitamins. There's just protein and a bunch of fruit, you know, and you can add the extras. It's going to cost you $20, but this is like less than $3 a day and it has all the good stuff. So give it a chance. I always tell people the first 30 days, you've got it for free. Like it come with your challenge pack. No reason not to use it. Give it a shot. You're signing up for this. Go all in so you can see that it actually works. Okay. So Shakeology is considered a red bee. So it can be like one of your snacks. Have it with a meal, whatever you want. That's the kind of story behind Shakeology. I will drop the video. I have listed out details of every single ingredient in a video. I'll drop that in the chat today. So that's kind of what that is. It's not just like a protein shake, right? Like, yeah, you could go to Walmart and get a protein shake, but we're not taking Shakeology for protein. We're taking Shakeology for the good things it does for our body, the health, the vitamins, the nutritional gaps we get like in America for sure. If anything with this program, I've realized how much sugar is hidden in ingredients in the store. I'm like picking things up that I normally buy. I'm like, oh, can't buy that anymore. It has 50 grams of sugar, you know, and then I'm also feeding this to my kid and my husband. So those things are really important. So keep in mind whenever you're like, oh, it doesn't taste that great. It'll taste great when you start seeing how good it makes you feel. Okay. Some people love it off the bat. So I hope you're one of those people. Okay. And then the supplements are currently sold out, but I'm going to stop taking the supplements. I don't know about Jerica. I'm going to take just like a regular 60 FU probiotic because number one, the only reason I'm going to stop is because I can't remember to take the digestive enzyme before I eat. Okay, so if anyone wants these, I'll be happy to mail these to you because I just got these in. But we'll talk about them real quick. So it comes with a probiotic and a digestive enzyme, and you take the probiotic once a day. It's just a high 60 FU pre and probiotic to really just prime your gut and get that healthy bacteria in there. So if you struggle with diarrhea, I mean, you guys know we're about to talk about diarrhea, right? You're on a gut call, okay? So if you struggle with diarrhea, then your body probably lacks the good microbiome that it needs, and that's probably why you're bloated. Just a personal story, it may be too much, but I'll share it anyways. Back in the day, I used to love to have diarrhea because that meant everything was out of me. I was going to be super skinny that day, and it was always the opposite effect. I was bloated. I didn't feel good. I didn't have any energy. It's because my gut lacked the good bacteria, right? Like you have a good bacteria. That's what a pre and probiotic is. So it's super important. You have it in your Shakeology, but during this, you're going to need just a little bit more of it. So I'm going to continue to take like an extra 60 FU probiotic. Once I find a good one, I'll let you guys know. But anyways, you also have a digestive enzyme. So if your body's not used to eating like carbs and fibers and seeds and nuts and digesting those things down, it's going to have trouble with it at first. The good thing about this program is you get a little bit of all of the food groups. So Jerica's going to talk about the containers, but all of these containers represent every single food group there is. We're not cutting carbs. We're not cutting sugars. You're not cutting sugars. We're not cutting things that are necessary for you to survive and act. So sometimes your body just needs to get used to that. And that's what the digestive enzymes are for. If you are not going to get this box and you don't have access to any, there are 2 links that we have found on Amazon. There's also substitutes within Beachbody from Ultimate Reset. That'd be great for you as well. So those are optional. But yeah, that's the product. You'll also get like a quick start to nutrition guide. Honestly, I have like 20 of these and I didn't open it up until this program, and it has really good recipes in it. So I've been cooking a lot of good things that are not that hard. They're new staples, like in my weekly, like what's mama cooking list. They're like some good things that are, new staples in there. So, and then you'll also get the color-coded containers that Jerica's about to talk over, okay? You'll also have access to our challenge group. So we have a gut challenge group. Each of us have a Facebook page, and then we also have a cool message thread that has been super, super helpful. So you'll be added to all of those resources, and those are exclusive just for our clients. So I'll let Jerica take over and kind of talk about the plan within the plan.
Okay, guys. So I've talked to some of you, and I think the hardest part is getting started, because there's a lot of things when it comes to a nutrition plan that you have to kind of do some research or read about, right? So if you go into the back office, which I have mine pulled up, so I'm going to share my screen. Maybe I have probably too many tabs open. Okay, so this is what gut protocol looks like. It says start here. So when you get into Beachbody On Demand, you can get it from your phone. You can access any of this from your phone, your computer. Go ahead and watch the foundation of a healthy gut. Okay. And start by going through each of your lessons. So the 4 lessons are key. And then each week, right before you start each week, you'll watch these videos. The longest video is this colorful eating habits. It's 10 minutes. It just talks about the reason why it's important to have as many plants in your diet as possible. And then you've got some bonus material, which she talks about her health journey and her gut issues, and she talks about container basics. So I'm going to definitely suggest that you watch container basics because it's going to really narrow these down. So these are going to be your portion containers. I'll get to that in a second when you can see me. Then you've got your recipe videos. You guys, meal prepping is huge. I'm a huge meal prepper, but because I have to work and I go to the office, I don't work from home. So it's easier for me to meal prep every single Sunday and get prepared for the rest of the week until Friday. And I am so much more structured during the week than I'm on the weekends. And my husband sometimes is like, can we do something else? So I leave the weekends for like my family and the evenings. So these are great recipes for you to follow. I'm a person, and somebody told me it's a Midwest thing, but I just throw crap together and I make it. Where my mom, she's on this call, she's somebody who like loves to cook and loves to make recipes, loves to try different things. And I'm like, oh man, I'm glad you showed me that because now I want to eat it. And normally I would have been like, nah, I'm just gonna stick with like spaghetti and hamburger, and that's just the easy way. Because I know that it's right. My mom was like, no, I'm gonna make these sloppy joes. I'm going to make this cucumber salad. I'm like, why are you that's a lot. And she goes, and it's good. I've made it both. So here you'll get additional recipes. This program was actually made originally not to have recipes, because it's all supposed to be about you and the things and the items that you like. And so here are the resources. So I would suggest you go through the program guide. And the biggest part is calculating your health. So you have to decide what you're going to do, like Brittany said. And so you go through your current weight times 11. That's your baseline. Okay. And that is if you are, and then there's different options. If you're looking to lose weight, here's your baseline. If you're looking to build muscle, here's your baseline. If you're looking to maintain, so like for Sarah, she's on here, she's pregnant, right? So she'd be looking to maintain, she wouldn't be looking to lose weight. I was looking to lose weight, so I did that. I know Brittany stayed at the same, and so she was looking to build muscle. Is that correct, Brittany? Yeah. So everybody has their own goals, and you can approach it as you want. So this is how the containers work. So you have, once you figure out your weight, it'll set you into a plan. Okay. And here is the plans that you go through. So in my plan, I was in plan A. When my mom's plan, she was in plan C. So as you can see in plan A and plan C, the like the number of containers that you have for vegetables, 6 and 7. Her purple, she got one more fruit than I did. She got one more protein than I did. She got one more carb than I did. She got 2 more tablespoons than I did. So just know that you are not going to be starving through this program at all. Honestly, I think in our first group, people were like, I don't know how to get all this food in. And I'm like, I'm not missing a day of not eating all the food. And then yesterday happened, traveling happened. So there is a food list. So a couple of questions are like, what can I eat? So, like Brittany said, you're not cutting anything out. There is not one thing you're cutting out. You can have noodles as long as they're in here. You can have rice. You can have oatmeal as long as it's gluten free. So it gives you all these amazing options to have without depriving yourself. So you've got the green container. So if you see that Brittany was holding up a green container, that's your vegetable container. So you do not have to eat out of these portion containers. You just can measure. Okay, you guys, you can just measure. That's why I throw things together, because I scoop things up and I just pour things in. So your green container is going to be your vegetables. Your purple container is going to be your fruit. Again, scoop it up and set it up. Your red containers. Now, this is a little bit different than the normal nutrition program that Autumn does, because there is a red A and a red B, and you will see that you will have to have both in your food plan. So your red A is going to be more of your animal-based protein. So you're going to see your eggs, your fish, your chicken, your steak, like all of that. Your red B is going to be Shakeology. It's going to be tofu. It's going to be lentils, any type of bean. So I did black beans a lot, peas, quinoa. Like those are great things for you to incorporate. Here's your lovely yellow containers. So you have to have, again, a plan A and a plan B for your yellow containers. So you'll have to have one of each at least every single day. And rice and oatmeal are my absolute favorite. We never tried teff, but we did find recipes for teff. And if you know what the rest of these things are, that's great. You should tell me and tell me what recipes you use for them, because I was like, what is a marinade? But some people think you have to cut out potatoes. You guys, you can have potatoes, but you have to do it in your portion. So you can have different kinds of potatoes, sweet potatoes. You can have gluten-free bread so that you don't have to go without that. And you can have coconut water and all the goods, and healthy fat. So it breaks down your healthy fats and your orange container. So your orange containers are usually like your dressings or your seeds. Everybody's like, I don't want a salad without dressing. She tells you what dressings that you can have that are approved, so you don't have to go without. And then you just go through the remaining of this, guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Okay. So again, you're going to get all of these containers. I am a grab and go kind of person. I'm going to scoop it up and I'm going to pour it in. I like pre-bulk everything. So I go every day. I go every Sunday, and I plan an hour at the grocery store, and I plan an hour and a half to cook everything. So I cook a big thing of cauliflower rice. I cook a big thing of mixed vegetables that I like. And then I cook a big thing of lentils, black beans, and then the chicken that I eat for the day. And then in the evenings, I make recipes for my husband, and I save my carbs, like my potatoes, for the evening, because I know my husband is going to want noodles, potatoes, and things like that. He's not going to want lentils for dinner. So I'm not going to give him lentils. I'm going to do that in the afternoon, where that's just a me thing, so that my family doesn't feel like they have to eat all the things. My husband, he's like, Jerica, I love you, but I'm not doing this. I'll do portion fix, but I'm not getting rid of my bread and my noodles. And I'm like, fair enough. So you don't have to do that. Follow the recipes. Like I said, my mom did an amazing job with that. If you have questions, or you feel like, how do I get all this food in? Really set up your day. So plan on times. I don't know if Brittany did this, but like I made sure that I got up and worked out before around 5:30 in the morning. And I ate before like 7. I ate before 7, and then I ate again at 10. And then my plan was to eat at 1 or 2. And then my plan again was to eat at 4:30 on my way home. And then I ate dinner. Like I really set it up like that. Or you have the opportunity to miss meals, especially if you're not as disciplined. I bought containers to carry and hold everything. And like I said, I had dishes for big dishes for one day. I think you're going to realize how much you wash your stuff and how much dish like you're going to go through your dishwasher. But so you guys, I just want to remind you, you're not going without, but I would suggest that you spend one day meal prepping for success, because it's going to be hard for you to come home, especially if you ladies work, and then try to throw everything together. It's going to make it hard, and it's going to be hard to be consistent. The workouts are amazing. Like I said, they're no impact. They're only 4 days a week, and then one extra thing of movement. So just plan for a block of 30 minutes a day. And it should that's for me is the hardest part, because I just grab my everything that I prepped and I put it in my lunch bag and I go. Yeah. So just if you need help with meal prepping, again, go to the grocery store, write down a list and say, okay, this is what I need. And I made the same thing for breakfast one week, and then I switched it up the second week, and then I went back to the first thing. And then for lunch, I did the same thing. I like rotated it. Here's is what I'm having for this whole week. And the next week I'm going to change it. So if you need variety, I can definitely do that. I can also whip up a food list for you in like 5 seconds or like 5 minutes for the whole Monday through Friday for you and what you can eat based off the things that you like. Just because I'm a person who can just throw things together and it still tastes good. Microwave everything. Yes. I think that's yes. Microwave everything and freeze your leftovers. You want that for the next day. Do you guys have any questions on meal preps or anything on concerns on like how the food works? And Brittany, if I missed anything, let me know.
No, I think you did great. I will say something. So I found that I was actually washing more dishes on Sunday, but then washing less dishes throughout the week. Like I didn't really feel like I had a lot of dishes to wash. I don't have a dishwasher. Like I wash with my hands and soap. And so like, I was like, oh, I don't have a lot of dishes because everything was already portioned out into containers instead of having to get the skillet, the pot, the this, the that out every single night. And then also when she talked about time, don't let that scare you. Like you're going to spend an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. First time you meal prep, if this is your first time, it's going to take you a minute to get into a rhythm. So just think, I'm going to spend an hour cooking on Sunday. And like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like I can't cook for an hour. But throughout the week, you're going to have meals that you're grabbing out of the fridge and you're heating up in 30 seconds. Like it's going to save you time. It's also going to save you money. I know a couple of my girls went to the grocery store at first and they were like, I can't buy this stuff every week. My first trip to the grocery store for this program was about 2 weeks since. It's been like $75 or less because the healthy things that I bought, like the bag of oatmeal or the ghee or the things that I'm using every single day, they have not run out yet. It's not just going to last you 1 week. So don't be too scared when you first go to the grocery store. You're also going to get good at like paying attention to the things that to continue to buy. Like you're going to be watching those things. They're going to go on sale. Fruits and vegetables are not expensive. Rice is not expensive. What's expensive is like $7 frozen pizzas. Like I was like, I actually spent way more money when we were not doing this. Like Jerica, Hunter's not like doing it either, but I also save like my potatoes and those things for at night. He is like definitely like, is this like costing more money? I'm like, no, we're like saving a lot more money. I'm looking at like my Walmart grocery pickup receipts and we've saved a lot of money on groceries. So that's been great.
For me, it's been eating out. Like I don't spend money on eating out.
Yeah, that's a good point too. That's a good point. We used to like Chick-fil-A was like a weekly staple, maybe even twice a week. I mean, that's $25 to feed 3 people. So just to like do it at home, it's great. If you don't have an air fryer, get an air fryer. If you don't have a microwave, girl, you need a microwave. So there are easy ways to do it. I've probably only used my oven just like for the meatloaf, but otherwise everything else has been in the air fryer and in the microwave. So definitely not complicated. We got you.
And you can eat out, you guys. You can eat out. Just like ask for things. Like I know Brittany did it and I did it. You can eat out. Just like look at a menu and you can request like, please don't put butter on this. Or can you please put the dressing on the side? Or like somebody asked, I think in our thread was like, do you have gluten-free buns? And they're like, yeah. Like you can ask to see if they have other options for you to still be consistent on this. And also don't feel like, man, Brittany said this the first thing and she goes, if you have a special event that you're going to, right, like a wedding or a baby shower, you don't want to also miss out on the finer things and like enjoying that time, just being mindful. So I think for very first week, I had a baby shower and I had cookies and I was absolutely miserable. I was so miserable, but I had them because I'm like, I wanted to enjoy the baby shower. There was a game that had to deal with like sweets and I wanted to play the game. So you don't have to take away those things, you know, just know that you're going to feel it sometimes.
Yeah. And then your mom went to like a work event and she was like really nervous about it all week. And then she ended up like doing good. And like, For me, honestly, like if I'm someplace, and especially just doing the gut challenge, like you guys are gonna feel proud, and you should feel proud. Like if I'm at lunch now and my coworkers are like, "Aren't you gonna have a donut?" I'm like, "No, I don't really want to. I'm doing this gut challenge." That's your opportunity to be like, "I'm doing the dang thing." Like say that out loud, be proud of it, and like when you walk away from the donut, I promise you're not gonna think about it for the rest of the day. You're gonna be like, "I am so proud of myself. I am like fit, fierce, amazing, all of these things." Like it's going to make you feel good. So are you never going to have a donut again? No. Like last night I took Finley to get ice cream and I was like, I really don't want any because my stomach's going to, and I've always known that. It's just I've never done anything about it. So you're going to be okay. You're going to live, I promise. You're going to live even more. You're going to live 10 times more.
Sarah brought up like how does gut protocol help during pregnancy. So the great thing is you're not going to cut out anything with a pregnancy. Like if anything, you're probably giving your baby more nutrients and more vitamins than you ever have before, because you're not feeding your child those sugars and those additives and added sugars. You guys, you can have sugar, it's just added sugar. So the 6 things that you're removing from like your eating habits is going to be corn, soy, gluten, dairy, alcohol, and added sugars. Those are 6 things. And then when you're ready, you're going to add those back in and you're going to see what affects your gut, what affects your bloating. And a lot of people, they said 75% of the people who did the initial program, when they came out and did the tester program, 75 people didn't even add those back in. They just kept doing the same thing because of how good and their results feel. So, but the great thing is a lot of people with pregnancy got better sleep, and you like lose a lot of nutrients in your diet. I hate using that word, but and you could see like the skin under their eyes instead of the dark circles that you get when you're pregnant because of lack of sleep. They were like, their skin was flawless. They were seeing amazing results with their skin. So
yeah, I mean, think about like the glucose test you have to take. Annalise, wasn't it?
Yeah, she said on the call.
I was talking about she had to go take a glucose test. It's one of our coaches who's pregnant. She told her OB doctor, this glucose drink is not gut approved. That is hilarious. But obviously she still had to do it, and she passed it with flying colors. And she has like always been worried about it because it's like something that runs in her family is gestational diabetes. So she was like, I passed it with flying colors. So if anything, like the lack of added sugars, you can't have alcohol anyway, so what better time to do the gut challenge than when you're pregnant? And yeah, it'd be good for you. Like Jerica said, any carbs or anything like that, probably gonna get the calories your body needs, because during that 9 months, it is not about you. You are sending all good nutrients to that baby. So yes, the more the merrier for you.
Anybody have questions? We have 3 minutes left. So if you guys have questions, concerns, anything about prepping, you can either put it in the chat or you can ask questions and unmute yourself.
Yeah, don't be shy. This is the time to ask.
Yeah. Okay. I think I finished my food stuff on Sunday. My mom does too. That's Shell up there. She finishes hers. I finished my workout program yesterday. So you guys, it feels so good when you finish all of this, and it's 30 days. So it's like it's a very short commitment. We're not doing a 100-day program. That was the first thing I started with. So this is very small in comparison.
Don't forget though, before you start, go ahead and take your pictures, measurements, weights.
Oh yes.
Do those 3 things. And then kind of like how like your Monday outfit that you're going to work out in, so you can take your pictures in the same clothes. It kind of just helps, because some clothes make us look a little bit different. And you yourself, you're going to look in the mirror every single day and you're going to be like, I don't see a change. This is not working. And then you're going to take your picture on Monday and you're going to be like, oh, I look good. Like this is working. So make sure you're doing that. It's really important.
My mom's picture, I share it all the time without her permission, but that was 2 weeks of her, and she's like, nothing's changed. And my grandmother's like, no, Michelle, there's change. She took a picture and she's like, holy crap. Like she didn't believe me. And then so many people were complimenting her and she's like, I just don't see it. And she had an amazing transformation in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That's that body image That's that body image stuff that we are raised on. We just like look at ourselves over and over and we think we look awful, but that's why it's important to take pictures and have good accountability and community here that's going to tell you, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you look amazing, you know, all of those great things. So,
Okay.
all right. Thanks for being on, you guys. Happy Saturday. Oh,
Everyone from here-ish, do you guys do personal group things? I live in Columbia. My mom lives in Columbia. Laura is in Carolina. Brittany's in
Ashland City.
There you go.
I'm north of Nashville, and then Chelsea's in Columbia too. I think she's around the Columbus.
I do things with some of my girls here in Columbia. So yeah, I do dinners and lunches all the time. Walks with some friends. So Columbia, South Carolina. Yes. So we're all from Columbia, just not in the same state. But yes, we do walks and lunches and dinners, and we're actually working on getting something together for all of us.
Yeah, definitely during like it's hard during the winter months, especially with like the holidays, to get us together. But during the summer months, we did like 2 or 3 things last summer. So definitely going to be more of that.